Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cross Circle, the official podcast for PlayStation Source. I'm your moderator, Christian Buckley. This is episode 20. Joining me, as always, is Mr. Kevin Diaz.
Gia, what's up? What is going on? What's happening?
How you doing?
You know, I'm good. Mm-hmm. It's a little cold. And now,
right,
when I say cold, I know. Let me preface. Okay. When I say cold in Phoenix, I mean I'll be out of work and it's like a cool 55 degrees, like pretty chilly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's 28 right now, and I have my windows open. All right.
It's 28 degrees.
Yeah.
It's 66, and I dead ass wore a jacket to school and everything.
All right,
gosh. Shout out to Phoenix. Shout out to Phoenix one time.
Tune in next week for the continuing weather podcast for both coasts of the U.S. But let's get into a few conversations of games, because it's been a few hectic weeks, I feel.
Indeed.
Both of us were in school. There's so many games coming out. We got videos and podcasts to cover. But man, I don't know if I can remember a time recently, even over last year, where there were so many games coming out in such a short period of time and same day that I had to buy so many things at once.
What is, I think, so weird about 2018, right, is that this year's October feels like past year's November. And I have no idea why this shift happened. I don't know what occurred.
Red Dead happened.
I mean, if it's really Red Dead, then that makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I didn't think about that. That actually just makes perfect sense. But it is crazy to think how many games came out in October, and we have just Fallout 76 in November, and that's
on
pretty much and that's pretty much the only banger besides Smash in December. Mm-hmm. But it's just weird to have no big games in November. It doesn't feel like November to me. Right now it feels like December to me, when there's every game that's already came out, and they're still relatively new, but there's no games that current month. It feels to me like December, but it's all weird. It's all crazy. But you've been playing some games, haven't we, Christian?
I have. So I made the smart decision a couple weeks ago to pre-order Red Dead and Spyro, so that way when the day came, because there's games coming out closer to the release of those games. So I was like, I'll use this money from this paycheck on here, so that way in end of October, early November, I don't feel guilty about in total spending over $200 on games. Right. So that helped me out because a week before Spyro came out, actually, I think it was a week before, I got the Tetris Effect, which had a fantastic weekend demo for PlayStation VR.
Now, is that demo still up? Can you still play that demo, or was it just a timed thing where it was only up for weekends?
In the title, it was called Tetris Effect Weekend Demo.
Okay, so probably just for the weekend.
So it is gone, yeah. Because my friend tried to download it on Monday, but it did not let him.
Okay, gotcha, yeah. Because I was going to try and sneak some Tetris Effect in yesterday, but I couldn't find it either, so I was assuming that you had to pre-order or something like that. I don't know, but okay, so it was just a timed weekend-only thing. So,
right, and before we get into it, I know what you're thinking, Christian. Why did you spend $40 on Tetris in 2018? I will tell you exactly why.
I respect you as a person and didn't question your buying decisions, but please explain.
All right, well, I would not have been surprised if you did. But, yeah, because, there's so many games like Tetris. Well, when you think of Tetris, I guess, it's so old and so iconic that you think of it the same way you think of, Donkey Kong or Pac-Man, even though they're separated still by, 15, 20 years. Between when the OG arcade games came out and then Game Boy Tetris came out. Mm-hmm. And you get re-releases of those arcade games all the time for $15, $20. Tetris Effect is a full $40. It is fully playable in VR. It is from the creator of Lumines, which was a big PSP puzzle game that I missed.
Yep. Yeah.
He also did Res Infinite, which my friend...
Ooh, actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he loves Res. He told me immediately, he's like, as soon as he found out I got VR, he said, you have to get Res. Gotcha, and I didn't yet, so I don't feel as guilty because I got Tetris Effect. But, yeah, the weekend demo was the first experience I had in VR so far, because I've only had VR for like 2 weeks.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's the only experience so far I had that really justified the purchase for me.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I was not expecting that statement at all. So like not even so. I mean, how was it like in VR? I guess is what I'm getting at. Like is it, because anyone that imagines Tetris knows that like I don't see where a VR component could fit really. Mm-hmm. So like I'm just wondering like how exactly is it like, because I haven't seen any gameplay in VR on YouTube of Tetris Effect. I don't know like how it would go. Like how is it like to play in VR, I guess, and like what's the difference between playing that as opposed to regularly just on your screen or monitor?
Right.
Like a more
so I've played it both TV and headset so far.
Gotcha.
And I think to get that point across, I should just explain what makes Tetris Effect unique in the long series of Tetris games.
Okay.
So Tetris Effect is really stylish. They really just have creativity and beautiful artwork spewing out of every single map grid you can play on. Mm-hmm. The soundtrack is incredible. I think that alone was worth most of the price I paid. The soundtrack is great. There's so many great tracks on there. There's beautiful songs. There's hype songs. It's all great in VR. I've been playing with the headset on and beats over it, so really getting the full sound effect.
Gotcha.
And it's really great because one of the things I wanted in VR when I got it was something where I could just sit down and be somewhere else. And playing through the journey mode of Tetris Effect, which is probably like think Super Mario, like you have your worlds and there's a stage in each world. There's probably 5 worlds and they're each containing 4 to 6 stages, but they all string along together. They all fade into each other.
I follow you.
And
Gotcha.
Just experiencing that the first night. I played through the entire journey mode in one sitting in VR, so that was about 4 hours.
Gotcha.
And it was just an experience because I was going from underwater with dolphins swimming next to me and looking down on the earth with like celestial stardust whales just jumping up and down.
So is it like in front of you, like in your main, type of view, you have the board where you're playing Tetris as you would, and then it's what's surrounding you that's what's changing and what's kind of interacting with.
Yeah, because everything happening around you really sucks you in. It really sometimes even when the Tetris gets so fast, it's like almost tunnel vision, which you can't even really appreciate everything going on around you, but you're there. Like, you're so focused, you're so into it.
Okay, that is really cool.
Like, I'm in space, I'm on top of Mount Everest, I'm in the middle of a desert, I'm on the moon. It's crazy like that because, like I said, that was one of the things I was so sold on with VR, of just, like, experiencing things you couldn't. And personally, I think Tetris is a perfect game just because it's so much fun. I love Tetris.
Right, yeah.
And having the VR experience of experiencing those locations on top of just playing a really awesome version of Tetris that's combo based, and you have a new implementation of a time slowdown and really going for bonus points, at least like 10, 15 different modes. I think it's absolutely worth it. Completely justifies the VR purchase for me, and I will show this to anybody who wants to try VR moving forward.
That is dope. That is okay. All right. I mean, I'm just surprised that Tetris in 2018 sold VR to you. Like, that's just like wild to me. Like, not that like I'm trashing the game whenever I never played it. I have no idea. But it's just interesting to have that sentiment that we have like these not massive, but like these like more I guess you could say like demandingly impressive games in VR, like
absolutely.
Skyrim or Firewatch as well. Like a lot of people have been saying that's really good, but to have like this type of game that you would traditionally play on like a regular monitor, and have its VR benefits sell you on VR itself is like, okay, I feel that interesting, and I dig it.
One last thing about it is what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, I've played it headset on, headset off. I still think if you're a fan of Tetris, I think it's worth picking up just because hearing that soundtrack with a stereo system or just seeing all the effects on a HD TV is still really nice. And if you're hesitant about it, I think if you don't have a VR headset, maybe wait till it's like $20, then it's absolutely worth picking up. But if you do have VR, I feel like it's a must buy.
Yeah, because I was actually surprised when you said they were charging $40. You know what I'm saying? But like, who am I to judge the price on the game? I've never played it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I totally expected that game to be around $30. Maybe something like that.
It was $35 if you pre-ordered because how PlayStation Store does the discounts.
Oh right, okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay, deal. Well, Tetris Effect seems like it's a VR seller. Do you think like it will get enough buzz to like, because are you seeing a lot of people share your same sentiment where it's like, hey, like this game needs to be playing VR, like it's that good in VR? Like, do you think we're like seeing a lot of people talk about that, so maybe potentially this holiday season, like it could be the game to get and the game that will sell VR units, like specifically PlayStation VR? Like, do you think it could have that type of word of mouth, if you will, to do that for us, you think? Or
it's interesting. I'm not sure, just because of the way I proceeded this conversation with, I know it sounds crazy, I spent $40 on Tetris.
Right.
I could see people who buy the game who already like Tetris and are fine paying $40 for it, seeing what the game offers and being, oh man, like I can only imagine what this is like in VR, and then be more inclined to pick it up. But I don't think people see this without playing it or without buying it or without being a fan of Tetris and being like, oh, I need to get in on this VR thing,
Right. Okay. Gotcha. So, I see.
Yeah,
that was Tetris Effect. Cool. Honestly, the more you talk about VR, the more we just discussed offline and online.
It's gonna be real cheap on Black Friday.
That's what I'm saying.
Gonna be cheaper than what I spent on it.
If I text you Thursday night, or probably Thursday night because I'll be working on Friday, but like if I text you Thursday and I'm like, dude, am I gonna do it?
Do it.
I might do it. I tell you, I might. We'll see.
And you like Borderlands, right?
Oh my God! Wait, you're right. Yeah, wait, Borderlands is coming out.
Yeah.
Crap. Oh crap. Okay, and plus I already have the camera. I don't have the move ons, unfortunately.
I don't either. But
I am like halfway there. But if you could see my desk and how bad my cable management is behind my monitors, like how just absurd it is, like it is bad. So to add on to that would be a little bit unfortunate, but for its benefits,
you can just shove it behind your desk. It won't make a difference.
Yeah, something like that.
But
it looks like a bush back there for real. It's horrible.
Yesterday, moving on from Tetris, is one other game I've been playing outside of a few Red Dead sessions throughout the week. I got to play the Spyro ReIgnited trilogy, finally.
One of your most anticipated games, I would say.
Definitely,
definitely one of yours. Yeah, definitely. How are you feeling about it? Is it living with expectations? Are you enjoying it?
I have less to say about this just because it's great, and I expected it to be pretty good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we've talked about it before on the show. If you're new, I love Spyro. I have a huge fondness for the 90s platformer genre, even though some of them don't hold up visually. I think they still look charming. Like the sound effects, visuals, I love it so much.
Right.
And I think Spyro, this is a claim I've made a few times since the game came out, Spyro always will be and was the better PlayStation mascot platformer game series.
Shots fired.
And
Shots fired.
I think if you play the Crash Insane trilogy and then you play the ReIgnited trilogy, you will agree with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, the shots were not stopping. Okay, so even after you having time in Crash,
yeah,
you still prefer Spyro.
Yeah,
based
definitely.
off of even. Oh wow.
Like as a kid, I loved Spyro. I loved the Spyro games way more than the Crash games.
Yeah, but like,
and even now, yeah.
Yeah, wait. So like, it goes beyond nostalgia. Like, it's just that you think like overall,
they're
like,
vastly better games.
Well, no, I mean, like, with the remaster, like, is Spyro a better remaster? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, how you said, like, yeah, even after I played the two, you know?
Right? Yeah. So visually, I think it's on par because I think the Crash remaster looked really good. But I think from a mechanical standpoint, remember there was that whole controversy about Crash's hitboxes being weird and his feet being round and the way you control feels off. Spyro, the second I booted it up, I paused and the menu gives you 4 options. It's like resume, exit, options, and sound. I went to options, saw the control schemes. They had the current version and the old version. Only difference being you can have the camera set to L2 and R2, like it was in the PS1.
Gotcha.
So I switched over to the classic one. Immediately, it felt exactly how Spyro should feel. And huge ups for this inclusion. Way more credit to this remaster in my heart already than the Crash one. Is they allow you to switch to the classic arrangements of music.
Oh, okay.
So the PS1 music you can use while you're playing the game. Instead of the re-orchestrated new versions of the tracks.
Gotcha. And so, I mean, obviously one would prefer the PS1 versions if you have that nostalgia effect.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because I mean, like, I feel like I'm pretty sure this is a fact. I think sounds are way stronger for hitting nostalgia.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
100%,
I think
totally.
research has stated that. I feel like I've read that in a psych class before.
No, 100%. And, like, probably smell up there, but, like, definitely probably sound for sure.
Yeah, sound is one of them. Yeah. Absolutely. So, the sound 100%. Effects are new, and that was one of the bummers. Like, collecting the gems isn't that really high-pitched, grainy gem sound, but...
Oh, so they didn't change the... Well, they won't let you go back to the sound effects of PS1.
Right,
like,
so the only thing that changes is the soundtrack. So voices are re-recorded, sound effects are re-recorded. So, and I think the new cast they have for characters who they weren't able to get the original actors for sound great. Tom Kenny is back as Spyro. He's awesome.
Gotcha.
Did you ever know that?
I see.
That Tom Kenny was Spyro?
I didn't. I don't know if this is gonna like surprise you. Like, I don't know if this is about to say, but I don't know who Tom Kenny is.
Tom Kenny, my friend, is the voice of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Get the okay, all right. Was not aware of that.
Yeah.
Huh.
This is a fun fact, and then we can move on.
Interesting.
So in Spyro the Dragon, the original one, the voice actor who played Spyro, I believe, was the voice of Rocco on Rocco's Modern Life.
Okay, I see.
And Tom Kenny was the co-star of that show. He was Heifer, the cow, his friend.
Yeah.
And then by the time they moved on to Spyro 2 at Insomniac, I guess there was some falling out with the Rocco voice actor. So they brought in his co-star, Tom Kenny, to replace him in the role of Spyro. And then he just stuck.
That's wild.
So yeah,
interesting. Okay, I dig it. I feel that. So shout out to Spyro. It's a good remaster. Does it get your stamp of approval? It's all good.
Yeah. Also, they look like they're easy platinums.
So, easy plats.
Yeah. Probably, I skipped straight to Spyro 2 also because again more nostalgia there, but yeah.
I feel like one day during like a lull period where like we don't have that many games to play, which I don't know when we're gonna have that, but eventually, I think I might cop both Spyro and Crash and just run through them both and just see how they're like,
I mean, speaking
I think
of
I might do it.
The Black Friday stuff, they're bundling the Crash trilogy and Spyro trilogy together for $60.
Well, that's a cop. Well, that's a okay. They're making it that easy for me. Yeah. So I did mention to you before we get into the main topic of this podcast. It's gonna be a short little interjection, whatever. I told you that I was playing a game on a system that I don't think you will be able to get. Oh, okay, you probably will.
All right,
it's just. No, go ahead.
Let me ask 3 questions, then I'll guess.
All right.
Was that like your introduction to it, or did you want to keep talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So, is it from this generation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 I don't know how to answer that, but okay.
Are you playing
technically,
it on PlayStation Now?
No.
Crap.
I believe it's on PS Now if you'd like to play it, but I'm not playing it on PS Now.
Are you playing it on a non-Sony system?
No. I'm playing it on the best handheld that has ever been, the PlayStation Vita.
Okay.
Please give it some respect.
Yeah.
Okay. R.I.P. to the Vita. I'm playing Guacamelee.
Oh, right? I saw you playing that actually.
Yeah. So I'm playing Guacamelee.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it was. Well, actually, no, I know what it was. So me and Christian got codes for a few games in the old business email, and one of them was Guacamelee 2. So I wanted to play it, but I'm like, hey, let me just dip my toes into the first one, see what's up. I checked on how long to beat, and it's 6 hours, so it's not even that long of a game.
Oh, really?
But yeah, it's super short. It's short,
Wow.
So I've been kind of just grinding through it, before I go to bed, and it's fun. It's cool. I had a guy today at school was like, hey, is that a PSP? I'm like, no. Put some respect on the Vita's name. And I really rocked him, and I, pimp slapped him with my Vita and left. Yeah. But no, beside the point, it's really fun. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a nice platformer. I tend to like my platformers on portable consoles. I don't know about you, Christian. I don't know how you feel about that, but me personally, I just like my side-scrolling platformers on a mobile type of console.
Okay.
Instead of a more sit-down traditional one. It just a preference. I have played them obviously on PS4, with Dead Cells most, the one that is most recent, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's made by Drinkbox Studios, I believe, or Drinkbox Games. I think it's Drinkbox Studios. And I've heard a lot of great things about the game, a lot of great things about the dev in themselves. So definitely lives up to it. And I'm sure, I'll let you know if I beat it, or when I beat it, / if or when. But I'm enjoying it, Guacamelee. I don't know if you've ever been interested in it or ever heard of it. I think you've heard of it.
So yeah, I own it because of PlayStation Plus.
I think that's how I have the first one. Yeah, through PlayStation Plus too.
And I've tried twice to just get into it, but I don't remember why. But I just never ended up sticking with it.
And wait, and the first one didn't come. Did it come to PS4 or am I tripping?
Yeah, it's the Super Turbo Championship edition.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, okay. Gotcha. Right.
Yeah,
okay.
so
I remember that.
Is this one of your? Well, I know Dead Cells doesn't really count, but have you played many Metroidvanias? Because that's what Guacamelee is, right?
Yeah.
You're going through a map, you're getting abilities, and you can backtrack and go up through other places.
Yeah, and Dead Cells is similar, a little bit different, but pretty much similar in that vein too. But wait, are you talking of this year or in general?
Just in general, is it a genre you enjoy?
Yeah. I enjoy it. Yeah, I don't seek them out and play every one, but when they come across, I tend to enjoy them a lot. Yeah. I like them a lot.
Well, there were a ton this year.
Fun.
That's the only reason I. Because I remember when the first Guacamelee came out, it was a huge get for a lot of the fans of that genre.
Yeah, and a lot of people love it, and I actually am really, really enjoying it. It's super fun, a lot of really cool mechanics and everything. It feels nice. Overall, to control everything and gameplay wise, because and I know a lot games, at least like in this genre, they sometimes tend to feel like a little bit floaty, or like they feel like a little bit off there. But like this one, it feels very much like in tune.
Yeah.
To like what you want to do in the game, you could easily execute, and it's hard for you to like want to execute something and it doesn't happen. Like that doesn't happen often. Like it's very much like precise in that way. So I definitely do enjoy that aspect of it. Gameplay is very good on this game, so I enjoy it. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. Take a little break off Odyssey. Obviously, I'm still going through Odyssey. I crossed the 40-hour mark this weekend.
Dang,
so
you
we'll see
the
when.
Yet with that or no?
Nah, dude. Nah, I still haven't yet. Cause like it'll obviously unlock the next story mission, and then it's like 5 levels ahead. So you got to do some side stuff to rank up. Yeah, so just been doing that, but I'm dedicated to beating it.
Nice,
I will see the story through.
Yeah, Odyssey's one I want to get back to also.
So good. So good.
So good. Moving forward with this episode of Cross Circle, we originally were going to talk about the games we were bringing today more because it was kind of a dead week for content. But Mr. Jeff Keighley, one of my favorite people on this green earth.
I'm gonna have to co-sign that statement. I'm gonna have to co-sign on that statement.
Man, I love Keighley so much. I've loved him since like when he was doing the Game Awards on Spike, when they were the Video Game Awards.
On G4, yeah.
No, when they were doing like the Spike.
Oh wait, my bad.
Samuel
no,
Jackson,
yeah, sorry.
Joel McHale,
yeah, no, yeah.
like,
sorry,
really
sorry.
Bad.
I got. Yeah, I
not
remember
bad,
that. Yeah.
but like they were bad. But
just weirdly toned. Like he, what he's done with the Game Awards and like shown it the love it deserves, and like put it on platforms that are more in tune with us gamers.
Yeah.
Like it's just shout out to Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, ever since he broke away from it being televised and actually producing it on his own without Spike, without any other backer, it's been just better every single year. I love Keighley so much.
It's great. It's seriously great. Shout out to the Game Awards.
Yeah, Keighley dropped the nominees for the Game Awards 2018 yesterday, 2 days ago.
I think it was 2 days ago.
This, yeah.
I think it was Monday as of this recording, but it could be Tuesday.
Oh no, it was Tuesday because I was at work and I didn't have work Monday. But
just kidding, it was Tuesday. Deal.
Anyways, he dropped the award nominations, so we are going to run through a handful of the categories of the award show and let you know what we voted for. Kevin's gonna vote live.
I am voting live with the people.
There are some we're skipping because we either don't feel qualified to talk about them, or we don't know anything about them. Pretty much, like outside of Evo, which I love and watch every year, and I follow the Overwatch team for my state on Twitter, but like I don't keep up with the Overwatch League, so.
Indeed. I feel like I've watched like a little bit more Overwatch League just because like when it's on, I just like to have it on in the background that weekend when it's going, or like any COD esports, for example, as well. Like I love Call of Duty esports and everything, but there's some genres here where we have a little to absolutely none to discuss. So we're gonna run through. I would argue we're running through the ones that I think the majority of people would care about. Is that safe to say? I don't know. Like I feel like generally speaking,
you know how at award shows they sometimes announce winners as buffers between commercials.
Yes,
like,
indeed.
This is best.
That's
this
what
is best. This is best. This. Yeah. But then only a handful really get stage awards.
Yes,
I think the ones we're gonna go through are stage awards.
100%. Yep. These are. Yep.
So we got 10. We're gonna run through. Some faster than others, but do you want to start with Goaty?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Like, should we save Goaty? I don't think we should go for the end. Let's just save Goaty for the end. Let's do everything else, and then we'll circle back.
Down the list.
Yeah. We should have thought about that before recording, but it's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
So we're starting off, I guess, with the best ongoing game. Kevin, since you have the page up, can you please list the nominees?
The nominees for Best Ongoing Game.
The show's going to be an hour and a half if you do this for every single one.
Destiny 2 Forsaken, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, Overwatch, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege are our picks. Now, if Destiny was good, well, I'm gonna have
Forsaken,
to
I've heard
because
is good now.
Forsaken's good. Yeah,
Everything
I'm gonna
I've heard
have
about
to.
Forsaken, I've been out since Osiris last year, but everything I've heard recently is really good for the hardcore at least.
I can't sit here with a clear conscience and act like I didn't almost get fully into Destiny 2 before Odyssey came out and Black Ops 4 came out.
Yeah, I remember you were texting me like,
so,
dude, I'm playing Destiny again.
Yeah, it was very weird. So I can't hate on Destiny 2 Forsaken completely. So I think that deserves to be here.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Same with Rainbow Six. I think that game is so impressive.
Yeah. Oh my God, what Ubisoft does on their IPs and how much care they take is just impeccable. So yes, Rainbow Six does deserve to be here. That community is so strong. Mm-hmm. The support they give that game is insane. Overwatch, I feel the same exact thing as well. I think Blizzard does a great job at Overwatch and just providing content for the game. And then we have an interesting one here, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
How do we feel about that?
I think it deserves it. Not the award. I think it deserves the nomination because I got No Man's Sky the day it came out. Put like 6 to 7 hours into it the first week. Had a lot of fun with it. Didn't touch it again for a while. Checked out again. First update. Same sort of thing. Played for a bit. Moved on. Because it was just a chill game. You could just relax. You could fly through space. Listen to some music. But
I had like a similar experience. I was like a little like ever so slightly more negative on it, but
it was very much an expectations thing going in.
Yeah, for sure. And I didn't play the big update that they had this year that I think is why it's made this list.
Yes,
you did.
That's what I was gonna just end on. Yeah,
gotcha.
I played it with 2 of my friends because they had a multiplayer. Ton of fun. Throwback to like Minecraft days because it was the same friends I used to play Minecraft with when I was younger, and it was just a ton of fun. Going through space stations, warping through the galaxy, having our own freight ships. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where No Man's Sky goes moving forward, just because they've grown so much since they came out.
Right.
But let's not kid ourselves.
It's gonna be Fort.
It's gonna be Fortnite. It deserves to be
Fortnite. Yeah, 100%. That enough said. You know.
I've been playing Fortnite consistency for almost exactly a year now.
That's wild. Yeah.
Like at least once a week.
Shout out to Fortnite.
Constantly.
Shout out to Fortnite, man. Fortnite is still doing record numbers and everything, and still like has remained on top. Who knows how long this will last? You know, but at least for the foreseeable future, Fortnite is still on top.
If they keep up the pace they're going, I can see it going for at least another year or 2.
I think longer. Like I think Fortnite is going to be
at this level. I mean.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, yeah. Like, I think it will still be talked about like how we talk about League and Dota today.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, and like what's the other one? Counter Strike, for example. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a PC guy. But
not a PC nerd.
No.
Next category.
Oh
wait, I forgot to vote. Crap, I'm an idiot. Okay, Fortnite.
Yeah, so Fortnite, congratulations on your award. Game direction is next, I believe, and that is the best. You have the page up, so
I do. So best game. Sorry, I was voting for Fortnite. Apologies. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. Best game direction. I'm sorry. Awarded to a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. We have A Way Out by Hazelight Studios, EA. We have Detroit Become Human. Wait, what?
I was gonna say Joseph Ferris. He was the lead director for A Way Out.
Yeah.
David Cage for Detroit.
God of War.
Corey Barlog.
Obviously.
Shout out.
Corey Barlog. Marvel's Spider-Man. Insomniac Games. Brian Intihar. Intihar. And then Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. Then Red Dead Redemption 2.
The Housers.
By Rockstar. Yep, indeed.
So you brought up an interesting point that I don't really share.
Okay. So you don't agree with me on this. Okay.
No.
Gotcha. Okay. Because
make your case first. I'll tell you why.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Yeah, so I'm going just basically strictly off of the description, right, which says award to a game studio for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design, right? Now, while, Red Dead does that, Spider-Man does that, God of War does that, Detroit Become, they all do that. I think A Way Out would be probably the most innovative game direction we've had this year. In terms of like this game, you could only play it with another player. The whole game was split screen in a way, so you could see what he was doing, and the other person could see what you were doing, and you guys had to like kind of co-op this and like screen look and stuff like that, and like having all that wrapped up in this, cool game that a lot of people enjoyed. I didn't play it, and like I know we talked about us playing it, but we just never did. I don't know,
true.
but yeah, it just happened. But I think A Way Out would fit that description the best. In terms of going off that, but I totally understand the cases for all the other 4, but I think I would go A Way Out, and I'm probably going to vote A Way Out on this one.
All right, so cast your vote, and I will tell you why I don't agree with that. I think you make good points, but I think with the case of A Way Out, it's more of not a stubbornness, but this is our vision, this is what the game is, and they stick to that very well. I think direction, as far as like a more general term, I think really has a lot to do with the pace of minute-to-minute gameplay.
Right.
Because I was having this conversation with someone else also, going over the nominees, because I think the clear winner in my head, at least, is God of War. Because I think that game, it is simultaneously the most simple goal, but the largest scope of a story I've played this year, because you have your goal from minute 1 of the game. You have get to the top of the mountain, and the journey you go on is so focused, and it's focused even when you have time to just meander and do your own thing, Right. And somebody was also, the person I was talking to was saying that they thought Red Dead deserved it. And my only thing against Red Dead in this category is I'm loving Red Dead, having a great time, but it feels less focused, and I get that's what they're going for, same way with why A Way Out is going for the 2 players, 2 characters, a tied together story, have to do it this way.
Right.
Which I can appreciate in both instances. I just think God of War as one piece is just so strong, and it hits almost constantly. There are a few dips, but there's dips with almost everything, so that's just why I voted God of War.
100% fair, yeah. 100% fair. And I know we'll talk a lot more about God of War, I'm presuming, in the for sure.
For nominations, because it is a lot of nominations for God of War. Speaking of...
A lot.
The next category we're talking about is the best narrative.
Indeed. So for outstanding storytelling and the narrative development in a game, we have Detroit Become Human, God of War, Life is Strange 2 Episode 1, Marvel's Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2 for narrative.
So just because I was just talking God of War, I will just say this is I also voted God of War for this one.
Yeah.
Because the story they tell in there, again, it is so personal, so human, but it's gods dealing with their immortality at the same time of dealing with loss of someone they loved, And it's so relatable, it's so emotional, it's so well told. I just think it made me care about Kratos, which I never thought I would. And Spider-Man was a great game, but the complaint that all of us had was it was kind of predictable.
Yeah, very, very much so.
And I can't speak to Detroit or Red Dead yet because I haven't finished Red Dead and I didn't play Detroit. But that's where I stand.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just afraid that we're going to listen to this podcast after we both beat Red Dead and be like, damn it, like we picked the wrong one.
Oh, my friend was telling me, my friend beat Red Dead. He told me I'm crazy. So.
Wait, crazy and picking God of War?
Yeah, he was like defending Red Dead for direction and narrative.
Oh no. You see, like that, this is what is all scaring me at this current point. Is that like, man, like I don't know if we're giving Red Dead 2 enough credit, But I'm not going to give it narrative of the year. I'm only 8-10 hours in, so I physically can't.
Like I'm still on chapter 3. I have a ways to go, but it's not a bad game. I have enjoyed it, but I can't vote on it if I don't know the entire picture yet.
Yeah, 100%. So I can't speak for Detroit though. Detroit is narratively amazing. I think honestly, it's my number 2. No. That would be wild. But no, but like I will give Detroit the highest kudos. Like, it is great and everything. It's super engaging, really, really fun, great acting overall. Very, very good story and everything. So I will, give Detroit the highest praise without giving it the highest praise, because that's going to God of War, of course. Because I think, I don't know if I've said this on the cast or said it to you privately, but like, I literally can't like think about God of War for a long time without like at least like somewhat getting chilled or like crying low key. It's God of War.
God of War's great.
God of War. Next,
we have art direction.
Art direction, indeed. For outstanding creative and or technical achievements in artistic design and animation, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, God of War, Octopath Traveler, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Return of the Obra Dinn.
Which I've never heard of, but it's cool. I love when that happens, when it's like a category and there's these huge heavyweights, and then it's a game I never heard of. It's like, damn, I have to play this then,
But judging by the thumbnail of the game, it looks super unique. It looks really cool, honestly. So,
and I think last year Cuphead won this.
Yeah, which I would have 100%
right.
given the Cuphead.
So I feel like it's probably gonna go to like Octopath or something.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd give it to Octopath and Obra, just because it looks like they're trying to do something a little bit different as opposed to. Exactly. Yeah. Like they're standout art styles as opposed to, not saying that God of War, AC, or Red Dead are ugly, whatever, like they have a bad one, but I think like they're definitely trying to do something unique in that point.
Yeah, I think the fidelity of Red Dead, Assassins, and God of War off the charts.
Yeah.
And at the time of voting, I voted God of War because I was just thinking of Kratos' character model is the best looking character model I've ever seen in anything. So that was in my head, but I feel like it's gonna go to Octopath or Obra Dinn, like I said.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna vote Octopath on this one, just because of its uniqueness.
Yeah,
honestly,
like it made a retro feeling thing in HD. It's cool what they did with that game.
Yeah, even though I didn't play it, I've seen gameplay of it.
Yeah, well, like even art direction, like you won't obviously see everything if you haven't played the game, but you can
kind of judge it.
Yeah, you can. So
right. So.
Moving forward, though, next category is the score, or for the normal people, it is the musical soundtrack for a game.
For normal people?
Well, I mean, best score. You know what I mean? Like, because sometimes if you say score to people, they're like, oh, like, out of 10? It's like, no.
Yeah,
soundtrack. Even though score and soundtrack is different. See, this is why I said normal, so continue. I'm not normal.
Best score / music presented by Spotify. Spotify sponsor us for outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. So we have Celeste, shout out to you, my queen, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni Revenant Kingdom, Ni no Kuni 2, Kuni 2, Octopath Traveler, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
First off, let me tell you the highway robbery that has happened in this category, where Tetris Effect is not nominated for best soundtrack. Dear God.
Yeah. I've heard a lot of people really enjoy the Tetris Effect soundtrack. Yeah, I mean, like you just said it in the beginning of the cast. Yeah. Oh, man. Huh.
There's a song in that game that makes me teary every single time I play it. It is so good.
Bro. For real?
Yeah. But
I mean,
that aside.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and someone was saying that, like, yeah, the most unimportant thing about a game is the music.
Oh, God.
And I'm just like, dude, how wrong can you be, bro? Like, how wrong? But, so here's the thing, right? Bear McCreary. I probably said that.
Bear McCreary, yeah.
I've never said his name out loud, but the music in God of War is phenomenal.
It is.
Right? Even in Spider-Man, I will say, is phenomenal.
Shout out, because the theme is a 10.
You know what? I'm going to say this right now. I think it's the best Spider-Man theme ever. Shoot me. But
I mean,
shoot me. But.
I think it's better than the Homecoming theme, which is like the canon one now.
Right.
Like the Sam Raimi one, I remember because I watched this as a kid. I like the ones from the Amazing movies, but they're not like iconic. This one is really good.
I like it a lot. But honestly, this is maybe the most biased thing I've ever done in my entire life. but I don't think it is because there's God of War on this list. I'm gonna say Celeste.
Yeah, that
soundtrack is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It is stupid. It is stupid how good it was. Because I binged like my 80% of my entire playthrough was binged on a car ride to California, right? And so
on.
I was able,
Okay,
headphones on. I was able to just fully just play this game, sound and all, not like, you know, not having sound on, whatever, but like actually playing it and everything. And that soundtrack is amazing. I have even worked on homework and had that soundtrack bumping on my speakers in my room.
Celeste.
Yeah, it is an amazing. So I'm gonna vote for Celeste just because I love that soundtrack.
That's fair.
And
yeah,
all that does.
Yeah, I just realized I didn't mention. I did vote for Spider-Man here because of the theme.
Oh, okay. That one also, I agree. Honestly, I would take those two, I think, over God of War. Not to take away from God of War, but I think I would put those two.
I think God of War uses music better, but this like the Spider-Man theme from the game I hear in my head right now.
It's so good.
God of War, I only hear the song that they used at their E3 press conference.
Yeah.
And I think that was in the game like twice. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
It's just a matter of what stuck with me, I think.
Right.
But I do have the God of War soundtrack on my phone because it's a 10.
That's so good.
Quickly,
I think we skipped a few ones here, but
we did skip a few categories, yeah, because we're just
gotcha.
Hitting the big ones. Not a big one here, but important nonetheless. Best audio design.
Okay, yeah. This one is recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. So I'm mainly going to focus on like the sound effects,
sound mixing,
all that good stuff.
Sound effects.
Yeah. So I want you to go first. I want to hear your case and why for what you're picking. I'm very curious.
Do the nominees quick?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Wow,
Sorry.
I'm an idiot. Okay. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Forza Horizon 4, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, and Red Dead Redemption 2.
Now, as good as it sounds to slice through flesh with that Leviathan axe, and as good as it sounds to swing a web in Spider-Man, I voted for Red Dead.
Interesting. Oh, I was not expecting that.
Because the sounds they were able to make for Red Dead are immaculate. They like just the wheels going through the dirt, the horse hooves having like dynamic sounds, even for the same type of earth you're walking on. Just the amount of effort they put in to make every inch of that world sound like it would at that time, super impressive.
Honestly,
and like you were just talking about with the soundtrack, like sound in games is so important as far as immersion goes, and especially doing like a period piece like this with Rockstar, I think sound is so important to getting it to feel right, like what we were talking about earlier with Spyro. And I think they just nailed it.
I was gonna say Spider-Man, but honestly, I'm kind of with you because now that I think back to how much sound there was in Red Dead, I'm with Red Dead.
All the guns too. Did you get the shotgun?
Yeah.
Double barrel.
Yeah, I have.
The oomph you feel every time you shoot that thing is a 10.
That is indeed a fact. Shout out to the oomph factor. Shout out.
I've called several things a 10 on this podcast, but it's Game of the Year talk. We gotta talk about 10s.
That is true.
Speaking of 10s, though,
let's go.
Our next category is the hardest one I've had to vote for.
This one's difficult as hell.
Which is best performance.
Best performance awarded to an individual for voiceover, acting. I don't know why I stopped there. Motion and or performance capture. We have Brian Descartes. I think. I don't think it's Descartes, but Descartes as Connor from Detroit Become Human. Christopher Judge as Kratos in God of War. Oh, dear Lord. Melissanthi Mahout. I definitely got that wrong. Apologies. As Cassandra from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Roger Clark as Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. So hard. And then Yuri Lowenthal as Peter Parker in Spider-Man. This is the hardest one I've ever had to vote for. Man.
Okay, so
Jesus
since you
God.
haven't voted yet, do you want me to say what I did so you have time to think?
Dude, there's literally so many. I know you're not going to pick Connor, even though
I didn't
Connor was great. Yeah,
right.
Connor was amazing, though. That's why I'm like, damn.
So,
but, oh, man. Yeah, what did you pick?
Here's where I am. Here's where I was when I voted.
Holy crap.
I love Kratos, but I have to think of this as a performance thing. I have to think of it as like acting and ability. Kratos didn't show a ton of range. Of course. He did have some range. He did have his emotional, quiet moments of Atreus. But, you know, like, it was pretty consistent. Still great, but it wasn't, like,
That's
crazy.
A fair statement. It's okay. Yeah. I can understand that.
Arthur, I love, and it is hard to follow up John Marston as far as doing a voice for a character.
And he did.
And I...
Yeah.
Like, really I don't know how it's going to land out on who I like more, but I love Arthur. Yeah, he's so good. And the thing is, I was so skeptical going in about Arthur, but I love how he's just like a sarcastic, I could care less about everything going on here.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't care less, sorry. Yeah, he's just one of those characters, and he's great at it. Who's left? Is it Cassandra and Spidey?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
unless you're not going to comment on Detroit, obviously.
I can't comment on Detroit. I only saw the E3 trailer.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So this is so hard coming down to these two because I love Cassandra. Like, she's one of my favorite game characters of this year. One of my favorites in the Assassin's Creed series.
I have anxiety right now.
Because it's like, do you realize how hard it is to play a character in an RPG where the players have so much choice of what that character is and still make it your own and like still own that role? That's a hard 100%. Task to pull off.
100%.
Like, I don't even think Shepard did that with Mass Effect, and I enjoyed Mass Effect too.
Yeah, I agree to the highest of keys.
Like, yeah. I love that she's nominated. I would love for her to win.
Oh man!
But I had to vote for Yuri because he's my favorite adaptation version of Spider-Man I have seen with my eyes. Even though he only did the voice, he didn't do facial capture or anything or motion capture. Mm-hmm. He did the voice for Spider-Man, Peter Parker, and he just embodied everything I love about that character so well. You can watch. Well, our spoiler cast kind of got ruined, but there's moments in that game that he hits on so strong and it's so emotional, and he really just embodies everything about that character. So I had to give it to him. It is a little biased. Like, I think Cassandra might deserve it, but that's how I voted. Did any of that help you make your decision?
No.
Yeah, because you didn't even play Cassandra. You're playing Alexios.
Yeah. So but like, I fully understand why Cassandra is the better one.
Yeah.
You know, do I have regret of not picking her? Yeah, but Alexios is pretty cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's okay, you know? But
Alexios reminds me of the reasons I didn't like Kratos on the PS2.
Man.
But yeah.
All right. Okay, to me, let me just break this down, okay? I love Connor. Connor's up. This is such a hard one. Cuz Connor is great.
This is the hardest category.
Oh, 100. Okay, okay. Connor's great. He's up there. Okay, he's up there. Okay. Cassandra, I don't really have a comment on. I know she's amazing. Don't have a comment on that.
Right. You got the easy way out.
Yeah. So those two are pretty much spoken for, kinda.
Yeah.
I keep thinking back to the death scene. Spoiler alert! In a Spider-Man for him, and then Arthur Morgan. I've loved so far. He's been great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's been up to the same part, if not, maybe someone could argue better than John. That's not me yet, but he's somewhere in the range of John. Mm-hmm. So that's in itself amazing. I got to give it to Kratos, man.
Yeah, I completely understand.
I have to. Like, yeah, I got to. There's just so many moments in God of War from that performance of Chris Judge. And like, have you ever watched those where he's in the suit, in mocap suit and everything, and it's that scene where he's with the boat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dragging it, and he's like, "You're a god, boy." Like, dude, oh my, yeah. It's for me, it's Christopher Judge. I have to.
Yeah,
I have to, because like the way that he did such a good job to make people actually care about Kratos. Like you said, a lot of people didn't care about Kratos.
Yeah, plus
a lot of people.
He came into a pretty iconic character several years after he was created.
100%.
This was his first time playing Kratos.
Yeah.
I think
he killed it.
Immediately changed so many people's opinions on him.
Yeah. So for me, it's Christopher Judge.
Yeah.
It has to be Kratos. Yeah.
Also, I just want to say I feel like I was a little harsh saying he didn't have range. I know that's his character, and I think he did have range in the way that character would.
100%.
Like he still has the deep, like sort of monotone thing, but you sense his emotions still, which I think is hard to do. So good on him. I think he, like this category, man, it's so hard.
That one's tough. Yeah, no, this is worst of game of the year. Honestly, this is worst of game of the year.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah. 100% worst of game of the year. And probably same level, but
no, it's harder. Because like Spider-Man's not game of the year. Performance though,
that's a fact.
That's rough.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a big fact.
Next one.
What is our next category?
Is the best VR game, which really only I can comment on, but. You don't even have to read the... I think I remember the nominees. It was Astrobot, Moss, Tetris Effect, Firewall.
Doing good.
And
one more.
The last one
got announced for PS4 recently. It's coming to PS4 recently.
Beat Saber.
I mean, it's gonna... There you go. Beautiful deal.
So, haven't played Beat Saber yet. Looks awesome.
It does look sick as hell. That looks dope.
I spent 10 minutes gushing about Tetris. I voted for Tetris.
There you go.
Also, I'm super excited to try out Astrobot. I want to convince my buddy who has a VR headset to get Firewall so I can play that with him. I am very much still a youngin' in the VR world, but Tetris blew me away.
Interesting. There we go. Deal. Let's Oh wait. So I guess you don't have to vote for every category. Okay, gotcha.
No, you don't. You can just keep going.
All right, cool.
Because I didn't vote for every category because I couldn't talk about half the esports stuff.
Yeah, just while he was going on his VR mantra, my games for Impact is Celeste.
Shout out.
And then my independent game is probably Celeste too.
Shout out.
You know what? I'm gonna get... no, it is Celeste, yeah.
Shout out.
I don't talk about. What is our next category?
Next category is multiplayer game. Please read the description and the nominees.
Un momento.
Yeah, that one's a little further down.
Page forward. Yeah, hold on.
So best multiplayer game is an interesting one for me because I feel like there's an obvious choice and there's an underdog choice.
Oh my god, this is just load.
And I don't think I'm alone with my choice.
Keep it talking.
Because
keep it talking almost to the face.
This game really blew up. Like many other ones this year. Okay, keep going.
Best multiplayer game. Your boy is scrolling. Almost there. Action adventure, RPG, fighting, family. Oh my gosh, where is it? Racing. There we go. Okay. Best multiplayer game. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre. Black Ops 4, Destiny 2 Forsaken, Fortnite, Monster Hunter World, and Sea of Thieves.
Would you like to go first this time?
Okay, why am I going first? Okay, this one... I feel like I was more in love with Fortnite at the beginning of this year than the end of this year. Not that I dislike Fortnite. Mm-hmm. It's a great game, obviously. I just, just other games, Yeah. So I will give Fortnite its top of the hat, but I don't think I'm going to vote for it this one.
That's interesting, because that was the one I expected was going to be your vote.
Yeah, but it's... See, it's this debate that we have been talking about the past few days, rolling around game of the year. Like, is it my personally favorite multiplayer game, or do I feel like industry-wide, looking at the community, like, what is the best multiplayer game of this year? And it has to be Fortnite from that standpoint.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? 100%. But from a personal standpoint, oh my God, this is...
And I'm sure it's going to win. I'm sure Fortnite is going to win. Like... I think
it's for sure gonna win.
Most of these categories, just saying this here, is I feel like what we think is gonna win and a mix of what we want to win,
Yeah.
Because
100%.
We can preface this before we talk about game of the year, but yeah, what are you talking about for multiplayer?
So for
because you play more of these
like
than
how?
I did.
Yeah. Are you asking me how I'm gonna vote right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I think for this one. Oh man. my biased Call of Duty-ness want to say Black Ops 4 just because, like, it's actually a great game. Like, Black Ops 4 is, like, no BS, no, like, biased Call of Duty, whatever, but, like, it's actually a good COD. Like, it's actually a good game. Yeah, it's, like, actually a really good game. Yeah. And, like, Blackout was insane. Like, how, like, so many people were just surprised at, like, how good it was, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, we, like, didn't think that the BR mode for COD would be anywhere near Fortnite or, like, you know, anywhere near PUBG, for example. But, like, it really is. And it really has kind of, you know, carved its own path in the major BR games. And, like, Blackout was, like, really popular. Yeah. You know, like, a lot of people enjoy Blackout. Like, a lot of people, you know. So, part of me wants to say Black Ops 4 in that sense. But I just don't know how I'm going to vote. I just don't know. You know what? Off of what I've just said, because I see one here that I think you might pick, but I don't know if you played a lot of co-op on this specific game. I think you did, but I guess I'm asking, are you going to vote Monster Hunter World?
Yes.
I guess, is that what you are?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Already, indeed. Okay.
I put like 60 hours into Monster Hunter. I played a ton of co-op. Most, like, everything past the 5-hour mark was pretty much co-op for me. And
I'm gonna say, sorry, no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the way the teamwork works in that game, the way it takes itself tonally, like, it's fun, it's not too serious, but the world feels real. Like, it feels like a good experience. Co-op doesn't break the game. Playing it by yourself is a completely valid choice. And I think as a multiplayer experience, it is more dynamic than Fortnite in a way that, like, I'm not trying to pit these against each other or anything. Just you have to have different approaches for different monsters. You have to prep. You have to work together. Choose your team's weapons in a way that is well-rounded and beneficial. Whereas Fortnite, even though I love it, excuse me, even though I love Fortnite and play it every week, it's still not luck of the draw, but, like, there will be people that are better than you, and there will be people that aren't, and you will get kills, you will die. Like, it's a good formula that works, but I think Monster Hunter is just so great. Right.
I'm gonna say Black Ops 4. Yeah, I know, like, it's, like, the very much, like, cliche, like, COD fanboy in me, but
I mean, this year I think it deserves it.
I mean, genuinely,
more, you know,
what I'm saying? Like, I know, yeah, for real. Like, I think Black Ops 4, like, it's actually a great game. Like, it's actually great, you know. So I'm gonna give it to Black Ops 4.
Yeah, because it is a game that is 4 multiplayer modes, 3 multiplayer modes. Sorry.
Indeed, you're right, 100%.
And that is what's selling it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the iconic one, the one that people like, that's normal, and then there's the brand new hot on the scene version. You know, it's all 3 together in COD in a package, and you get to pick which one you want to do with your friends.
Yeah.
So it is a good choice, yeah.
Indeed. Shout out to Black Ops 4.
So
what is our next category we have picked out?
We just went through 9 categories, and we are back at Game of the Year.
Oh, that's it? Okay, all right. Gotcha. Back to the main event here.
So
let's see. Okay.
Like I said before we talked multiplayer, this isn't necessarily, for me at least, this isn't my Game of the Year that I voted for.
Okay, right.
I voted for the game that 5-10 years from now, when you think back at 2018, the game that will stand out as being, oh yeah, that came out that year. You know? How, like, we judged 2008 with, oh, that was Mass Effect.
Right.
Or 2011, that was Skyrim.
Which one was Journey? Was that 2010 or 2012?
I think 2012.
2012 was Journey?
Yeah. Like, 2013 is interesting, especially compared to this year, because 2013, the game, in my head, is GTA 5. Because that was when that juggernaut came out.
Yeah.
Also 2013, though, Last of Us came out.
Last of Us. Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Which I feel like we're in a similar place this year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It feels very much like this one too. Yeah. Like, I feel like whenever Rockstar drops, it's really just like Rockstar and then what the game of the year would have been without Rockstar.
Yeah, because
you know, like That's it.
For the nominees, it's basically Red Dead, a couple other things, and then your choice of PlayStation exclusive. You know?
Really?
So read off the nominations for Game of the Year.
Game of the Year. Recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, before we even get into this, number one, what a list. Number two, I feel like the most probably least popular one on here, I just got to give this game kudos. You know what I'm saying? The fact that even Celeste made this list should speak volumes to how good it is.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure you especially are very tired of me talking about Celeste.
No, dude, I love it. I love that game so much.
But that game like truly deserves to be here. And like seeing the devs that Matt makes games, it's like only like 9 people. Mm-hmm. Like it's like a very small dev team. Like and like seeing their reactions to this and everything, and seeing how many different places that they got recognized, nominated. Like shout out to Celeste out here doing their thing. So big ups to Celeste. Incredible game.
I feel a similar way about Monster Hunter. Awesome to see that nominated in the
top.
top.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because it sold great, but I did not expect right before it got announced, I was texting some people and like, I really hope Monster Hunter gets a nod because that'd be awesome, and it did. Yeah. I did not expect it to. I wanted it to.
Really?
But good to see that game up there. It's a cool series.
I don't know. Like I guess I kind of thought Monster Hunter would have definitely been nominated. Like wasn't really like thinking of it too definitely, but like I was really not expecting Celeste to make Game of the Year.
Yeah.
At least like a nomination.
In January too.
Yeah. They were around the year, and like I just always felt like Celeste just had like this kind of like cult low key people that like were definitely like loving it like me, whatever. But it's really cool to see it make it to this level. Like really, really cool to see it rise through that. Mm-hmm. I think we can dwindle down the other two that are not the top two. Yeah. So like Odyssey, I'm 40 hours in. I absolutely adore the game. I love Odyssey. I love it. I love it so much.
I've had a great time with Odyssey, just like you. But you can speak better to it because you put more time in.
Yeah, like it's just what. There was a night like three nights ago, right? I decided to just go on this island. I mean, all right, like let me just go on this island. Like let me see what missions are here, whatever. And like it's this like complete like hour-and-a-half long like story campaign-esque thing that happened on this island. Like it's just the amount of just detail in Odyssey and the amount of how much stuff there is to do in Odyssey and how much fun the game makes it to actually do any of it. You know, it's just Odyssey's great. It's built off the back of Origins. Origins was amazing as well in its own right, and Odyssey deserves Game of the Year. If somehow Odyssey wins, I don't think it will, obviously, but like if somehow it is, I will be 100% okay with that. 100%.
Right.
Odyssey's amazing, yeah. And then I think we can both say the same for Spider-Man.
Yeah. Spider-Man's a solid Spider-Man. Game. Really loved my time with it. Very excited to play the next 2 DLCs. But Indeed. It is a very good version of something that we've had before. Mm-hmm. That's been my entire stance with Spider-Man. So. Yeah,
and I think here is where I think our
we can toss out Monster Hunter too if we didn't say that.
I think we did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we did. Yeah. I think here is where our thoughts divert. So I would like you to go first.
Okay.
And then go ahead.
I'm with you, but at the same time,
I know. Because I'm with you as well. Yeah. Like, I get it. Yeah.
I have a personal choice. Like, and this might just be a weird me thing, but when we talk about Game of the Year personally, on the podcast a few weeks from now, odds are it will not be the thing that I voted for.
Right.
Because similar to last year at the Game Awards, my favorite game of last year was Persona 5. That game is going to stick with me for the rest of my life. I loved Persona 5 so much, but I had to vote for Breath of the Wild. You know? And Breath of the Wild is the game that won. And 2017, similar to what I said
100%.
earlier, 5 years from now, look back at 2017. Oh yeah, Breath of the Wild came out that year. You know?
Yeah.
So, even though I'm not finished with it yet, and it's a boring vote, and tomorrow I'm probably going to vote for the other one just to balance it out so I don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
I voted for Red Dead Redemption 2 because it is a astonishing video game. It's crazy that in the year 2018 there is a AAA huge budget, one of the highest grossing entertainment debuts of all time, already sold 17 million
Yeah, shipped.
Within the first 2-3 weeks of it being on shelves, about cowboys.
Yeah.
That is so impressive. Rockstar is on another level, and I know you can have your criticisms. I have my problems with Rockstar Games, with the company in general. But yeah, I just think similar to 2013 with GTA, similar to last year Breath of the Wild, 2018 is the year Red Dead.
And because in the same vein that we talk highly of GTA 5, right? Rockstar they make generation defining games.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying? Even when you think of the PS2 San Andreas, that's just what they do. They really do go beyond what everyone else is doing, 100%. And that's just in their DNA, right? So, but when you said what game will I remember 2018 for, right? As much as Red Dead makes sense, and Red Dead is, that game,
Keep in mind, this game was on multiple platforms.
Indeed.
Just talking about what I think is
gosh, I hate this so much.
Because it's pretty easy to say, just almost every year, what game's gonna win.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's an upset, but it's kind of easy, even with a year like this.
Look, okay. Here's the thing, right? I don't know if this will completely devalue my vote right now, but I know for a fact Red Dead is going to win Game of the Year, right?
Yeah.
I know for a fact, I believe 99%, there is a chance of 99.99% that Red Dead 2 is gonna win, right? But I think back to when Cory Barlog saw the scores come in for God of War.
Yeah, dude, that's
right, and he's just crying. He gets so emotional because you can tell, and God of War took 5 years to make. Red Dead took just as much, if not longer, to make. So obviously there's a difference there. Well, not difference, but there's a place where they share that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But just seeing directly from him, his reaction, how much it meant to him that it was received this well, and the emotional response that I got personally from God of War, and how much I adored that game and love that game to this day and can't stop thinking about it. And I think about it consistently, when I'm at work or when I'm at school, when I'm on the bike, whatever. Throughout this whole thing, that's the whole year. Celeste had that first spot, and then God of War came out, and then it just totally just changed up,
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think, yes, we have a Rockstar game this year, right? We have Red Dead Redemption 2, right? Red Dead 1 received very highly. A lot of people love that game. I played it this year. I loved it as well. I totally understand that, right? But I think we're going to remember 2018 in terms of God of War, based off of a IP that was not received well in the past, and just how much it's climbed since God of War PS4 came out, and how much of a system seller I really think it is. I truly think that a lot of people got PS4s and played this game because of God of War. And how good it was. And I think because of that single, of those things specifically, I don't know. I just feel God of War, we could have easily seen a future where God of War was just another version of 1, 2, and 3, or the one from PSP. You know, that top-down, old-school, arcadey-esque type of God of War games. You know, I feel like anyone could have seen that. But I don't know if a lot of people saw this. Like, if you were to go back to someone at like 2013 and be like, hey, there's gonna be a God of War that's gonna come out and it's gonna be nominated for Game of the Year and people are gonna love it. Like, love it. Not just like it, like adore it. You know? I just think that is a lot.
Yeah,
but I totally get the Red Dead argument.
It's tough, especially like I said, I'm still only like chapter 3 of Red Dead. And as it stands right now, my personal Game of the Year is still God of War. Just because what we talked about with the previous awards, like how tight it is, the direction of God of War, the story it tells, the emotions that it gives you, and just is the love that you feel whenever anyone who worked on that game, especially Corey, talks about it.
Yeah.
God of War is very special. God of War, similar to 2013 with The Last of Us, is my favorite game of the year. But the reason it's a Rockstar, like, it's tough to say it's game of the year because it's a Rockstar game, but it's like, it's hard to not say it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, like, and I don't say that as it makes it like, oh, like Rockstar just gets this pass of a Game of the Year all the time. No, like, but like it's deserving of it,
right?
You know.
And this is just speaking in terms of the Game Awards.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like, because the Game Awards stands as sort of a
kind of like census of the majorative mind of the gaming community,
right? Because
what would we define as Game of the Year,
right?
Or what would you define as best multiplayer, best
the people get a say, and I think they get like 10% of the vote, and then influencers, media outlets get to vote, and that is where most of the weight comes in.
Right.
We don't. I think it's like hand selected by Keeley. I think there's like 80 of them. So, yeah. As it's like I'm completely with you on all of that. That's what I meant when I said I'm with you, because like God of War is something I'm gonna remember forever. I still think about it like every single day. Not joking.
No, I'm not even. Yeah, no, 100%. Me too. I'm not even. Yeah, for real.
I'm so excited for God of War 2. I'm so ready.
Oh my god, I can't wait. God.
And like Red Dead.
Shit.
Awesome. Like Red Dead I'm having a great time with it, but I don't know, because the thing is with Red Dead so far, I've had moments where I'm kind of just, like I said, with a lack of focus, it's just like I'm not experiencing anything except for that world, you know? But with God of War, it was like lore piece, story piece, character relationship being built on. Every single moment of that game, you felt something about the greater story going on. And that's why, like, I always prefer, especially now, I think I prefer story-based, leaning towards linear games than massive open world games.
Right.
But again, when it's Rockstar, it's hard to like dispute all that stuff. It's just rough.
Oh, man. Cause like I envy your ability to like separate the like, yeah, this is the majorative consensus Game of the Year versus my personal one.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
but
let me ask you real quick. Do you think Red Dead will win?
Yeah.
At the Game Awards, yeah.
But even that is kind of hard to say. Even when like I said that a few minutes ago, that's even because a lot of outlets love God of War,
right?
But a lot of outlets love Red Dead as well.
Also, like I said before, Red Dead is on multiple consoles, so more people have experienced it.
Yeah,
and more people do get a say in it. And even if it's 10%, if 14 million people vote, I can't do the math, but I think that's like at least 1 million.
Yeah, and I feel like because you're gonna get those people that haven't played God of War, but they have played Red Dead.
Right.
Like there are more people that have played Red Dead than God of War, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You know.
Like my brother bought a PS4 for Red Dead, and he was like, "Oh, if I have time, I'll check out God of War." You know.
Damn.
Like, there's Red Dead and Rockstar has that power of people. So.
I'm gonna.
Like, I get voting for God of War. 100%, I get voting for God of War. And if you're tired of hearing us gush about God of War, then you might not want to listen to our Game of the Year ceremony that we put on over here, but still listen.
I have to vote God of War. I'm doing it right now. I can't do this. It's not loading. It's making me vote for Red Dead.
It's rigged. Yeah, dude, I knew you were going to vote God of War from before we started talking.
It's rigged.
Before we started recording, I knew you were going to vote for God of War for Game of the Year. And I know you've put like what 8-10 hours into Red Dead so far.
Yeah.
So you get like what you said. You understand where I'm coming from with it, but yeah, it's a hard choice.
I don't know if I'm feeling guilt or something, but I
felt the same way too. Don't worry, because I want to see Corey go up on that stage and be rewarded for God of War.
Oh my God, seeing him on bro, I would cry.
Yeah,
bro,
I would too. That's why I want to see him go up there and accept an award for what he did.
Honestly,
it's
gonna be the most hype moment if it really wins if it really wins Game of the Year, that's gonna be the most hype moment that's ever happened in Game Awards. Like, bruh.
Like, I did my vote for Red Dead because you know how you can vote every day.
Yeah.
I did my vote for Red Dead as like an honorary, like, this is what in my head it deserves it because of this. Yeah. Every time I remember to vote again, I'm gonna vote God of War because that's where my heart is.
Dude, if God of War wins, bro, I'm gonna lose it. That's gonna be so. Now, okay, I'm gonna lose it for God of War, but it won't happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But if Celeste, it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
No, it's actually not happening. But if somehow. No, that's dumb.
It's not gonna happen.
I know it's not gonna happen, but like it'd be dope as hell. Like I would actually shave my beard.
All right, I'm gonna hold you accountable for that because I was just gonna bring up this is the way it could happen. I didn't even consider this because I remember last year this was a hot topic debate. Do you think that think about what you just did? I was able to separate my heart in my head for my vote for Game of the Year, but you were so conflicted for 10-12 minutes about what to vote for, and you knew the entire time. What if the voting goes this way, where God of War and Red Dead split the vote, and then some underdog rises up?
Oh my God.
If that were the case,
bro,
what do we have? What do we have? We have Assassins, Celeste, Monster Hunter, and Spider-Man. Yeah.
I mean, if that were to happen, right? Like, if the votes were to split, I think Spider-Man has the best chance. No, it doesn't.
It doesn't, no. Because I think a lot of people the people that like Assassin's Creed continue to shout they love Assassin's Creed. You know?
Hell yeah. I am one of those people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You are as well. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And the Monster Hunter community is super passionate, but I haven't seen many stand out as far as media outlets go.
I see the passion. I don't see the numbers in Monster Hunter World. You know?
I mean, I see the number player-wise. I just don't see the number.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, people talking about, like
the jury.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, damn. There's no way Celeste is winning, but, dude, I would shave my beard live. I swear on my life.
What if
I will
Odyssey
shave
wins?
it clean.
Would he still shave?
No, because I feel like that might actually has a little bit more of a shimmer. If that
happens, it's Odyssey. You think?
Yeah, I think in that scenario, I think it'd be Odyssey. Yeah, but oh man, you know what? It's good enough that Celeste even got nominated. Honestly, in my eyes, that's still insane to me. But
yeah, so
it was hard. That was stressful.
It was hard to admit. The entire time I was trying to defend my Red Dead vote, I was my heart hurt.
It hurts.
Because when I was talking about I feel like this is the one that deserves it. It's so much love and passion went into God of War from every aspect.
So much. Yeah, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Game of the Year, boys. Game of the Year. Shout out.
So.
Well, that was stressful.
Yeah, that rounds out the Game Award nominees. Game Awards is happening December 7th.
7th.
Same day as Smash Bros. Wow.
Oh shit! That. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
December
Pause.
6th?
Pause.
December 6th.
December 6th. I'm sorry.
Right, because we're recording something on the 5th.
6th.
6th is the Thursday. That's when the Game Awards are.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Game Awards is happening December 6th. I don't know the time. Go to the website. Go vote. Go vote for who you want to win. Yeah.
Indeed.
Like
I'll be watching live, of course.
I just have to say again, I love God of War.
You have to defend. You're like, listen, guys. Like, I promise I don't hate God of War.
No, yeah, dude, it's so hard because like I love God of War. I want to see God of War win over every single other game. But I felt I had to vote for Red Dead because of like how like it's tough because you always have like bias towards things and
100%.
You try to be objective 100%. About it, but it's so hard, especially with award shows like film or games or.
Yeah,
it's tough.
And like, honestly, this is the Game Awards. Like, not for us. This is like the Game Awards, like I said, for the overall mental consensus of the gaming community.
Right.
Right.
And I tried to keep that in mind when voting.
Yeah. So I mean, that's how. You technically should vote. Is how do we feel as a whole, as a community? What is the game of the year? And it is Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, of course. But God of fucking War. It's like, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's hard. So.
It is what it is.
Why don't we quickly announce what we're doing for the rest of the year? Because there's only a few weeks left in 2018.
There's a few weeks left. Yep.
So, as it stands right now, we're recording this on Wednesday, the 14th of 2018. This episode will be going up on December. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong day on the calendar. This episode will be going up on November 19th, the week of Thanksgiving. That week, you can expect a couple vids on the channel. Kevin's got something working on Black Friday.
Black Friday sales, get hype. Should be up by the time this is posted within the next 2 to 3 days, most likely 2. But
by the time you're listening to this, you may have already seen this. Depends on when I can squeeze in production for it. But I'm going to do a little editorial about the PlayStation VR, my experience with it so far, and if it's worth it for all you curious people about VR for 2018, because with Black Friday, it is going to be on a pretty decent sale. So maybe that might come out next week. Not sure yet on time because college. Moving into December. This episode goes up on the 19th. There will not be an episode Cross Circle on the 26th because we're taking Thanksgiving off.
Thanksgiving, shout out. Yep, indeed.
On December 3rd, we will be doing a prediction episode of the podcast for our channel, Cross Circle. I was about to say something else. So we're doing Game Awards and kind of funny showcase prediction because Game Awards, half the reason half the people watch are for the announcements. Keely's been talking some big talk about the biggest year for announcements ever.
Indeed, yes.
And 2 days after that, kind of funny, is doing a showcase in place of PSX. Most likely going to be some indie games. I'm expecting like one big game, but we're going to do some announcements. Maybe doing some reactions towards that.
If Rocksteady comes out, I'm going to shave my beard. No, I'm not, because that's probably going to happen.
It's probably happening, dude. I think you just want to shave.
Something crazy. I'll do something crazy for Rocksteady. No, I don't want to shave. That is the point.
Buy a Superman outfit and wear it.
Deal. I will do that.
Because you always like doing your cosplays for streams.
If Rocksteady announces anything or a Superman game or a Justice League game.
Anything. Because you said if they show up.
Fine. If they do anything, I will buy a full-on Superman suit.
So wait, are you talking if they do anything at Game Awards or if they do anything at Kind of Funny?
Either.
All right. Well, looks like you're getting.
Oh my god! If they are giving Greg Miller the announcement to announce, dude,
that'd be sick.
That would be sick. That'd be insane.
2 more episodes to promo for the rest of the year. On Monday, December 10th, we'll be having a reaction episode of Cross Circle for the bigger announcements of the weekend from Game Awards and the Kinda Funny Showcase. And rounding out 2018, on December 17th, Kevin and I will be sitting down. Ooh, I got an idea. I can talk to you about this later. But
okay, deal.
we'll be sitting down discussing our top 10 games of the year, each individually.
Top 10.
Sometime in December, expect a cutout video about our Game of the Year for PlayStation Source.
Yeah, the official PSS Game of the Year crown.
And that rounds out 2018. We got a nice few weeks ahead of us. If you're in the gaming sphere, if you're in college, good luck to you.
Indeed. There will also be no Cross Circle on Black Friday.
You mean save slot?
Sorry, save slot, my bad. Wrong one.
Yeah.
Save slot on that Friday, but expect regular programming, I think, for the rest of the year. I think.
You're going to try to save slot through December or not?
Probably not after 17th. I think like 17th
is the cutoff. I'm fine.
Yeah. I'm going to say 17th. When you see our full Cross Circle of our top 10 game of the years, that's like the mark of like the end of the year
for us,
for content. So it will resume in January, of course, but
Indeed. We don't have a set date yet, but we'll come back in January, and you can probably expect some streams from either of us.
Indeed.
December, January.
Yeah, getting that back catalog worked out.
Yeah,
so 100%. Yeah, definitely we'll be doing a lot of gaming over the break. Can't wait because school is crushing me right now.
Yeah, so Kevin, if you want to talk to our lovely not fan base, that feels weird saying, our subscribers, where can they find you on Twitter?
At the KDS123, THEKDIAZ123. You can follow me on there as well as the channel. Post pretty frequently on here as well. As also, you can follow our Discord server.
Good.
Ton of cool people on Discord server. Definitely pimping that out. Make sure they go join that Discord server. If you like Discord, definitely cool there as well. Where can the good people find you, Christian?
If you want to follow me, you can follow me on Twitter at Chris N. Buckley. I've been slacking on Twitter recently. Not good for me. But quick plug. Again, continuing the Pokemon stream over on twitch.tv/joyclicks every Friday. Pokemon Let's Go comes out this week.
Ooh, it does.
Not going to be streaming that. Going to be streaming Pokemon White. It's a blind playthrough of that one. So, yeah, and that's going to continue most likely throughout the rest of December and January.
Beautiful.
So, if you like Pokemon, check that out. But with all that being said, this was a beefy episode of Cross Circle.
Oh my God, it's long.
Hour and a half right now.
There we go.
So,
for the kiddos.
With all that being said, thank you for watching. I botched that. Thank you for watching so much. And as always, greatness awaits.
Yeah.